How's it going, Tubes Vubes? My name is Jonathan William, aka Beyond Eons. Welcome back to Photoshop Storytime. Whoop, whoop. I'm here with a very special guest. He is a close friend, and he is also my pastor, Zachary Hernandez. Zachary Paul Hernandez, I should say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here once again. My name is Zachary.
In case, whoever's listening didn't know, we are Christian. We believe that Jesus died for our sins. God sent his only begotten son. Who believes in him, John 3:16, all that good stuff. Photoshop Storytime is basically where we tell a story. I go ahead and take that into Photoshop. I draw the story. I go ahead and take that video clip, take that into editing software, edit it and turn it into a YouTube video, add memes and whatever else I feel like. So
Awesome.
That's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be telling stories about love, heartbreak, and our relationship with God and how that works together.
Yeah.
So I heard that you have a little story from your pastor youth days.
Yes. I guess I could tell you a story that happened in my youth. Is that okay? Like in my own personal life? Okay, so once again, I'm the associate pastor at my church, and I was ordained, I think, 8 months ago. So when you invited me to be on this, Photoshop Storytime, I thought of the perfect one. And then we deleted it because I was talking way too much, which I'm doing right now. So I'll just tell you a story. So it was senior year, and I worked at the movie theater.
Yeah.
And that was my first, my first real job. I had like odd jobs before that, but it was my first real job. And there was this girl that I worked with, and she had like this long curly hair, and I thought she was like really cute and stuff. And it was funny too because like we all got hired at the same time. I got hired with my friend Chris. Chris, if you're out there on the interwebs, holla at your boy. And I got hired with 2 other people that I didn't know. They were just like these girls I thought were squares. At first, they were like, so because I was a real cool person,
Yeah,
I was like really popular. So at least in my mind, I think I was.
You were the cool kid on campus?
I was a cool kid on campus, yeah. And so start working with this girl and stuff, and we're selling hot dogs and nachos and stuff, and
that movie theater lifestyle.
Yeah, that movie theater lifestyle, dude. And I guess you could say like all kind of started over a box of Runts. So like I was a box of, I kid you not. So I'm like in the back, like getting boxes and stuff, and I wasn't even in the back. She's like in the back, like moving boxes around and stuff like that. And then she's like, "Oh, Zach, could you help me? These boxes are heavy." And of course I'm like, I got muscles, like brute strength. I was gonna go over there, and I just start like, move this box here, move this box there, So trying to impress her, and obviously that wasn't anything that she was into, because she's really smart. She was like a really smart girl, so I was just like some like just brute running around.
Is that what made you attracted to her, or?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, it was. She's really, really smart, and that's something that I couldn't. I'm not saying that girls are dumb, because that's not the case. Reality is that most girls are smarter than guys.
Say what?
Like, if you ask your mom a question, you ask your dad a question, your mom's probably gonna be more reasonable than your dad. Your dad's just like, I'm a man, I'm gonna do it. Well, in my case, in my house, my dad's like that. My mom's like,
we let our masculinity,
exactly,
kind of guide our actions and
exactly.
thoughts. Yeah.
So, anyway, so I guess the mistake was this is around like prom time.
Okay.
And so I thought it was gonna be cool because like I'm like working with her and stuff, and I was like, I started asking her, I was like, there's this guy, his name's Zach. And I started talking to myself, and is that third person?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah.
Pull the Tarzan?
Yeah.
Me.
No.
Zach like you.
No, well, that's third person. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, is it second person?
I don't know.
So
what were you saying? Like,
so this is exactly what I said. So yeah, I know this guy. He's a pretty cool dude. Tall, dark, and handsome, and his name's Zach, and he wanted to know if you wanted to go to prom with him. And then she's like, oh, okay. You could tell him that I said yes. And so like,
dang.
I was like, oh my God, I was like blown away because I was like, this girl I was crushing over is gonna go to prom with me, and I was like super stoked about it. And I wish, now that I look back at it, it was probably the wrong thing to do. You know, like, if you're crushing over a girl, never ask her to prom like that, because if something happens, then it just turns out to be worse. As you'll find out it gets worse. The movie theater crew used to hang out together all the time.
At school?
Not at school. I was really popular, so I didn't hang out.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding.
Like, I don't affiliate with those peasants.
No, they weren't peasants. They were really smart kids.
Yeah.
I was like the class clown, you know. So
okay.
I wasn't as smart as them, but they were all really smart kids that, you know, went off to university, and I was like, I'm going to the JC.
Okay.
But once again, that's where class clown gets you. But
yeah.
I was crushing really hard on this girl and stuff, and she wasn't feeling that same way, and like it sort of kind of like all boiled over, like maybe 3 weeks before prom was, and I was just like, hey, you know, like I told her, I absolutely like you. You're an amazing person. Like everything about you, kind of thing. And then she was like, oh well, I don't feel the same way. And I was like, oh my god. And it wasn't really like, it wasn't. I wish it was that casual, but it wasn't. It was really dramatic. Like it was. I was so heartbroken, you know. It was
my god.
Yeah, it was. I was like in the dumps for like days, dude. I started writing like the saddest songs in the world.
That's when, you know, emo Zach came out.
Well,
emo band Zach.
Actually, after that, like I started, like I was playing with the band and stuff, and so like everything that I wrote was like spawned out of that experience.
For real?
Yeah, dude. Like there's so much writing material came from that.
Yeah.
It was just like, I can't believe it, you know, like just the most darkest and saddest like lyrics ever, right?
Yeah.
So the next 3 weeks was kind of like, okay, like how do I recover from this? You know, I still said, look, I know that, you know, this happened, this situation happened, and you didn't feel the same way about me. I still want to go to prom with you. I still think you're an amazing person. Do you know? She's like, yeah, we'll still go. So, which was probably the second mistake I made.
Oh my god.
And so we end up going. Me and Chris end up going to like a Barnes and Noble or something, and there was like 90s greatest hits like on sale, like on the Wow CD, right? Well, this is why we went to go get dinner. Like cross street was Barnes and Noble, and we're like, oh. And so I'm with like a group of nerds, so they're like, we should go to Barnes and Noble.
Of course.
And this was kind of like what got me into like Barnes and Noble. Like I never went into Barnes and Noble before that. And then once I discovered it, I was like, this is the most amazing place ever.
Yeah.
Because they got records in there, comic books, and everything, right?
They got manga.
Yeah. Well, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
my weebs will know that one.
Okay, so I get a Wow. Oh no, it's a now. Is it now? I think it's now. Like Now's greatest hits, like 90s edition, right? And so like we put that on. If you didn't know anything about 90s music, it was like straight up Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, like that, just like lovey-dovey songs.
Oh my
and so
gosh.
the car ride home was like so awkward, bro.
Oh man.
So I was like, why did I buy this CD? It was horrible, dude. So
because you were in the car with her. And
yeah, we were all and they're kind of like it was like a dead silent when the song came on. It was like, oh god, like I'll just get the next track.
Do you remember any one song specifically?
Yeah, it was the one where he's like, there's a guy, I think it was I don't know. I can't remember. This guy's in a telescope. He's like in a room with a telescope, and he's just like scoping around looking for this girl. Like the music video is. The music video. There's this guy like he's in his tower, and he's like looking through his telescope, and he can't find this girl. It's like the love of his life kind of thing. It's a pretty cheesy video.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so super awkward. Finally get to prom and we're going there and stuff. And then even like the prom pictures were like awkward, dude. Like, everything was so just. It was horrible. It was like, you know, those like cheesy prom ones, like where you like put your hands around and like you're kind of hugging. You know, it was bad.
Oh,
it was bad, dude. But once again, I think I'll take full responsibility for that because I was.
I feel like
I was leaping out.
I feel like you made things awkward.
I did make things awkward, yeah, because it just happened, you know. Especially we were working together.
Yeah.
I think the combination.
You were seeing her a lot, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was kind of it was
you couldn't hold the beans in. You let them spill everywhere, man.
Spilt the beans. Okay.
You spilled them everywhere.
Everywhere, dude. I mean, they got.
Maybe I think that
everywhere.
Maybe if you waited till after prom.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better idea. But I was young and dumb, dude. What do you expect? You know?
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So this is kind of where the story, like, this is the best part of the story. This is just this is the icing on the cake. We get to prom, and you know, I'm not a great dancer, but I like to have fun. you know, I can kind of groove to a rhythm and stuff, but I'm not out there like, you know, throwing it down like, you know, like Usher or anything like that, which was a hot, yeah, dude, Usher was hot back then, like, so many great tracks came out back then. Anyway, so song comes on, and then so I was like, hey, so you want to go on the dance floor? She's like, yeah, we'll go. And, you know, it's like fun and upbeat, you know, it's like, yeah, this is fun. And then, like, I see my friend Paul, he's like on the other side of the dance floor with, like, you know, lasers because he's Asian, and he's like trying to rave and stuff. And it's like, everybody's having a great time. And so I was like, yeah, want to go to the dance floor? She's like, yeah, sure, let's go. So we go out there. As soon as we go out there, it goes dun 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 boom, boom, dun, and it's like the slow jam comes on.
What?
I was like, oh my god!
That's right when you guys go.
Right when we walk out there, slow jam comes on, right?
Oh man.
And so I'm standing there. I was like, so do you want to dance still? And then she's like, I don't think I can do this. And she like walks away, and I'm on the dance floor like by myself. And it was like a moment with the slow jam, and I was like, maybe I'll just kind of just like rock it out myself.
Just standing in the middle of everyone.
Yeah, so I just did like this real quick like spin, like pretending like I was waltzing by myself, and I was like, all right, I think I'm good.
Dude, that's so awkward.
Yeah, and so after that, a good friend of mine, her name's Brittany, she worked with me too, and she called me up. She's like, so how'd it go? She couldn't go to prom because she didn't make grades. Figures, Brittany never was a scholar, but she was a great person. And so she's like how did it go? And I was like, oh, it was horrible, you know. It was just a bad day. After that, I remember I was gonna go home, and I got a call to go over to my manager's house because she was, you know, having like a small kickback and stuff. And I went over her house, and I pretty much just was like the most bluest person in the world. And that was my first prom. And then after that, yeah, it was.
Did you ever talk to her again?
Yeah, we were friends still after. I mean, like after that, we graduated, and she went off to college and stuff. And then like, I went on adventures myself, and then we would see each other like maybe like once, twice a year randomly at, you know, different like parties or like, you know, kickbacks and stuff. And that's yeah, that was my heartbreak story, dude. It was a crush. I crushed on really hard. I was like, oh my god. And
yeah.
One of my favorite preachers, John Gray, he had said one time, during the time where you're not pursuing a relationship is the time where God's trying to grow you. You know, a lot of times you want to try to force something to happen, and
for sure.
You know, I think that's kind of like where maybe the rejection comes, you know, is because you try to force something that.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah.
That never was, you know, never should have been a part of the plan, you know.
Well, that's it for our Photoshop story time.
I thought it was a podcast for the longest time, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up.
Can I say something?
Subscribe, and Zach wants to say something.
This is Dr. Fraser Crane, signing off, Seattle.
Signing off.